Hey, what's going on? My name is Justin, and welcome to another one of my videos. And this is a reaction video. Now, this is about the new tank in FF14. I saw it at FanFest, and I was very shocked. And I really want to come on here and break down the trailer and talk about it with the FF14 community and post it up on the YouTube and everything. But um, we're gonna see. There's a couple of things that I'm worried about, but for the most part, I think it's going to be a really good addition to the tank roster. I mained all tanks already and got all of 100 last time I played. Paladin, Dark Knight, Gunbreaker, and Warrior. So yeah, let's check it out. Let's break it down, man. Like, let's see. See, that's badass. I already liked the aesthetic of the guns in the hands like that. This is definitely the right race for this showcase. Hands down. I love the flip to the claws already. Very nice. Very detailed. Okay. What you got? Okay. Some kind of cooldown defensive, I assume, before you attack. A gap closer into some badass, like Steve Fox fucking Balrog punches. Very nice aesthetic. I wonder if I can glam over the gun shields for like some kind of fist weapon or bare hands. It'd be nice. Probably not have the gun though, but you know. Ooh, we got the Mega Man action, bro. What the fuck? That's nice, dude. That is super nice. It's so weird to see a tank with ranged attacks too. But it's like a refreshing touch. That's interesting. A ground blast, okay. And a charged up fucking, my god, it's like dot hack Ovon blast. Dot hack GU. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, I'm impressed. I'm impressed, but let's break it down. Let's break it down. I'll talk about my concern. I have one concern here. I want to go back probably to around this point right here, actually. I mean, I think all fellow tank mains like myself should be excited here. Because, man, this is gonna be real fun, dude. Like, super fun, man. All right, so typically what I do is I take a new tank and I do every dungeon in the entire game. I know that's really excessive and kind of weird. I have OCD, haha. But I like to do that to test myself and really learn a role from the ground up. So start for ARR and go all the way up. And the queue times are fine because not that many people like tanking, so it makes it very accessible in this game. But no, my one concern is that it's a little bit too similar to Gunbreaker. You know, old Squall Leon, per se, from Final Fantasy VIII, what you want to call him, his class. Yeah, I wonder if people have noticed that. You know, you have a gun blade, but you have a gun shield. They're both weapons that turn into a gun that shoot artillery in a way. This one is definitely more ranged to Gunbreaker, where the gun blade is all just kind of in your face, explosion, burst damage. I want to say that that really isn't an issue for me, but I am worrying about the people in the community. Maybe, oh, that's not creative enough or some shit. I still think it's creative because gun shields is something that you really don't see. Another thing too is that I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that this was already in the game. That boss from ARR, I don't know his name. I'm not gonna butcher it because that'll just be me capping. But you fight him at the end of ARR, and it's like a trial. So I believe he had that weapon. I believe his name starts with the R. So, but I'm thinking like that right there is also similar. So people may have some issues with that. May not. I mean, that may not be people's jam. Be like, man, you could have done a little bit better. You could have been a little more creative. But all in all, I think I'm definitely gonna main this shit because like I'm a fan of fists and boxers, like in games like Snow from FF13, Zell, Balrog, Steve Fox, Dudley, Street Fighter 4. I've always liked like the fist, Neo 2 using the fist. I've always liked fist weapons, but when you add a tank, finally, that's not just a DPS. We have Monk, but now we have a tank that can actually fight kind of like with claws in their fists and shoot a gun. I mean, there's no way that I have to play this class. Like, I have to do it. You know what I mean? It just fits what I like personally, but what I like may not be other people's interest, right? Now, one thing I am wondering about, because I also like Dark Knight, because Guts, Big Sword, Berserk, aesthetically, God. it's just great aesthetically, but I don't know if they're gonna fix Dark Knight. It has a lot of issues from what I've last researched in the community. It makes me sad actually that Dark Knight is in the place that it is, because I think it's a very, very good class, very good tank, and I'm also wondering if this tank would have sustain, because we all know the issue I believe people have with Dark Knight in this game is that it doesn't have enough sustain, and you have to just fucking maintain TBN, the Blackest Night, constantly. And then when shit goes wrong, which shit does go wrong in dungeons with people, unfortunately, we're all human and people die in the game, which is normal, is good. That's part of the game. Well, when you're left alone as a tank and you're Dark Knight or Gunbreaker, you really can't clutch shit. You know what I mean? Like a Paladin Warrior can. Now, that could be due to game design, but Gunbreaker can survive, I think, better than Dark Knight. You know what I mean? In those type of situations. And those situations when you're playing tank are super important, especially now that we can use the Phoenix down in the dungeon, and you can kind of like use sustain, get your healer back up, the healer does res, so on and so forth. But all that can't happen if the tank doesn't have enough sustain, and I think Dark Knight suffers from that. Where Paladin Warrior are like gods when it comes to staying alive and clutching. So I'm hoping that Bastion will be somewhere in the middle. I mean, at least give me like some Gunbreaker sustain, you know, with the heal over time. I'll take that. Just don't give me the Dark Knight shit, bro. You know, because that's gonna piss me off so much. You know what I mean? So, but all in all, I'm definitely gonna main it. I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna love it. And I really want to see if I can glam over those current gun shields with maybe some Palace of the Dead or some Deep Dungeon glam as well. Could look pretty nice on him, on this class right here. So without further ado, that's it. Made this far. I appreciate your viewership. Thank you for watching. And this, like I said before, whatever, this makes me want to go back to the game ASAP. You know what I mean? Definitely in October, I'm going back to catch up to get to Evercold. There's a lot of great stuff coming to Evercold right now. This is a great time to play FF14. It's a great time to love FF14. It's a great time to get into FF14 because we have a lot of new good shit coming your way. So, yeah, I'm excited. You should be too. Being your boy Justin. Have a good night. Peace.